All right, Mr. Pfeffer, let's go through the ratings and see what happened on the fine AEW Dynamite program from Chicago's Unicorn Ballroom.
All right, give me a moment here while I pull these up. These were kind of a day late. When they finally
Were they
came
a dollar
out.
short?
Well, we will find out shortly. AEW Dynamite, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, from 8 to 10:13 p.m. on average, watched by 612,000 viewers.
So they were right in the middle of the 630s and the 580s they've been doing. They can't, that's their pocket now, isn't it? 580 to 630, and they're right in the middle.
Last week was 608. The 4-week average is 604.
I thought they'd been doing better than that.
Well, let's go to the quarterly hour breakdown. These were compiled by WrestleNomics. Quarter 1, 8 to 8:15 p.m. Adam Page and Jon Moxley's video, and the start of the Young Bucks versus the Outrunners with picture-in-picture, 684,000 viewers.
Okay, and again, it's become the new normal. They're not starting with the big number anymore, so they don't fall as far, but they're starting with a smaller number.
Well, that goes into quarter 2, 8:15, 8:30 p.m. Continuation of Young Bucks versus Outrunners, the post-match with Okada and Swerve, Mark Briscoe, Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony backstage angle, and an ad break, 649,000 viewers.
So that's not as bad as normal at the drop of 35,000, simply because, as we said, they started low, but it's still, is that what they call the Cucamonga effect? I would assume now that the Bucks are safely out of the way that we might get a little increase.
Well, you'll see, because the thing that you may or may not remember from your studies of the Cucamonga effect is that when you mix it with the Moxley effect, it's an interesting dynamic. But we go to quarter 3, 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. The MJF Shelton Benjamin backstage angle, the Christian Cage live promo, and the ramp angle with the matriarchy, which I guess is now what they're calling themselves. I didn't realize that.
The matriarchy.
641,000 viewers.
Ooh, well, only another 8,000. This isn't, again, as bad as normal with the attrition.
We go to quarter 4, 8:45 to 9 p.m. An ad break. Stokely Hathaway and the FTR. Stokely Hathaway and FTR and the Young Bucks backstage angle. And the start of Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. 577,000 viewers.
Oh.
Low point in the key demo, 176,000.
There is the Moxley effect, and I missed the FTR and Buckaroos interaction, thank goodness. But do you think that the people saw, they thought they were done with the Buckaroos, but they popped back up, and then it's followed by Moxley? That's 64,000 people left in that quarter. So now they're down 107,000.
And we go from there to quarter 5, the big 9 o'clock hour, 9 to 9:15 p.m. The continuation of Adam Page versus Jon Moxley with picture-in-picture, 599,000 viewers.
So they got 22 more back at the top of the hour for a world championship match and still can't crack 600,000.
We go now to quarter 6, 9:15 to 9:30 p.m. The continuation yet again of Adam Page versus Jon Moxley, the Dustin Rhodes Kyle Fletcher video, and an ad break, 647,000 viewers.
Now, wait, didn't they do that a couple of weeks ago where just out of the blue in the second hour, they hopped up
at the end
a large chunk of viewers?
That's right. Yeah.
Did the gas station down the street close up at 9:12, or what can we attribute this aberration to?
Hey, listen, it was 6:41, the segment before the Bucks FTR and the start of Moxley versus Page. And here at 6:47, I think it's a lot of people coming back. Is this match over yet?
I got you.
3 segments. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But we go now to quarter 7, 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. Athena and Billy Starks versus Alex Windsor and Tony Storm with picture-in-picture ads. And the MJF Adam Page backstage angle. 636,000 viewers.
So they're going back down, but when you look at it, they're still not at the depths of the Moxley business in the middle of the show, 577 to 599.
Well, we go to quarter 8. I remind you, we have a 13-minute overrun, so almost a full quarter. Quarter 8, 9:45 to 10 p.m. An ad break, Willow Nightingale's backstage promo, and the start of Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet with picture-in-picture. 557,000 viewers.
Oh!
13-minute overrun continuation of Briscoe versus Ricochet. Post-match with MJF and Adam Page. 503,000 viewers.
Oh, good Lord. So they went from 636, and poor Mark Briscoe, but what do you expect? And I think Ricochet has the go-away heat at this point. They didn't know MJF was necessarily going to come back out. So they lost 79,000 from quarter 7 to quarter 8. And then the overrun lost 54,000 because they had, instead of a 6 or 7 minute overrun, they had the whole quarter, and people got tired of waiting on Impractical Jokers, and the people that they had didn't stick with it. So
that's one of the problems with Tony thinking that it doesn't matter that Mark Briscoe lost. He's over. Now I can give him a push because everything that happened doesn't matter. He's over. But to the people at home, they're not tuning in. He's in the main event of the show, and people decided to do anything else. You don't want that. And they teased that there would be something because MJF and Briscoe have been doing something for weeks. And Adam Page and MJF just had that confrontation about Briscoe. So they teased it. I think the booking is part of the problem.
Again, I don't remember an overrun dropping 54,000 viewers, but that's just me. But anyway, they start at 684. They end up at 503, and nobody wants to see the Moxley in the middle. Now it's the Moxley effect. It's like it's a curve. Instead of starting at the top and slaloming all the way, slaloming, a really big slalom.
Is that Rocky Cornette?
Going all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
They dip in the middle and then come back up once that disreputable cretin is finished. All righty then. Well, they get to do it again next week, don't they?